yeah. Oh, yes. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. I hope everybody is doing well out there. Today I have a barbecue video with a little twist. I'm going to fuse two of my favorite beef cooks. I'm going to be smoking a beef clod shoulder that's full of connective tissue, and when it's smoked or braised just right, it's so tender, it's so juicy, and so flavorful. Along with the smoke, I'll be using some mesquite Kingsford, maybe some mesquite chips just in there to fortify it. So I'm going to be smoking on the front half of the cook just to get the smoke, build the bark, and then I'm going to start a brown sauce in my Dutch oven, much like I would a pot roast, where I would caramelize, just to start caramelizing some onions. Then I'm going to hit it with a little flour, some Sanjay as the French call it. And then I'm going to deglaze with just a touch of red wine. I'm going to add some beef stock. We're going to season that brown sauce just right. And then once the bark is set on the beef shoulder, I'm going to fire up my Brinkman. And then we're going to add the beef shoulder to the brown sauce, put the lid on my Dutch oven, and then finish it in my oven right at around 225 degrees until she's fork tender. It should be delicious. Holy smokes, I can't wait. So, smoked beef clod shoulder, braised in my Dutch oven with this beautiful caramelized onion brown sauce. Man, it's gonna be a mouthful. So, let's take a look at these ingredients. Here are our ingredients for our beef shoulder clod. Here she is. I went ahead and I removed the fat cap that was on this side. SPG, salt, pepper, garlic, flour. I'm going to use a shot of the Beaujolais, one of my favorite red wines. Some beef broth. An onion that we're going to go ahead and small dice. So let's go ahead and season up this beef shoulder clod. She was just under 3 pounds, and now I removed the fat cap, so it's probably about maybe a 2 1/4 maybe. Not very big. And this is just SPG. It's granulated powder. Granulated garlic, pardon me, powder. Kosher salt and fresh cracked pepper. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to put the shoulder back in the fridge. Let's start that Brinkman. All right, but before we fire up the Brinkman, let's go ahead and dice up this onion. So what I'm going to do first is cut off the end. And we're going to go ahead and cut off the other end. I'm going to cut her in half. I was debating whether to julienne the onion or small dice it, and I decided to small dice it so it go ahead and cooks into the sauce. Okay, and our next step would be to just cut her into little half rounds. And now we're going to go ahead and dice. Follow the shape of the onion. And there you have it. Quickly small diced onions. I'll finish off the other half off camera. Alright, as you can see, I got the minion method going on. Let's fire it up. The chimney's been lit. I got about maybe about 15 to 20 briquettes that are lit. I'm gonna go right down the center here. Excellent, just like that. I'll give you a look-see of what I have going on. Excellent. Next thing, once my water starts boiling, I'm going to add my water pan. Put the lid. I'll be using my XR50 thermometer, just keeping tabs of the ambient temperature. Alright, so in go the water pan. In go the boiling water. The grate. Alright, now the thermometer. I'm using my S&S grill thermometer. As you can see, let me turn her on. Excellent. So I'm going to put the lid on her. And we're going to let her go. Let's see. Let her settle in. Just like that. Give her a couple minutes to settle in the temperature. Beautiful. She is on. Let's seal her up and let her roll. All right. Yeah, my Dutch oven definitely warm to hot. I don't need it burning hot. I need it at least warm. So first I'm going to hit it with a little grapeseed oil. the little grape seed. Then some butter. And that gives my butter a chance of it not burning the grape seed. Butter's melted, just beginning to turn nutty. Now let's go ahead and add the onions. I'm just going to add enough to cover the bottom of the pot. And by the looks of it, I'm going to hit it with another dab of butter. Well, it's been a couple minutes. I see some color coming on, so let's give them a toss. Give them a little tossy toss. Yeah, beautiful. I'm going to turn it down just a tad. Actually, I turned it up. Okay. Beautiful. It's been a couple minutes. A little more color coming on, so let's give them another toss. Beautiful. Give them a shake. Give them a couple more minutes. Okie dokie. Tell you what, we're going to hit it with the flour now. Let that go for a little bit. Let that flour start to cook, creating a roux essentially. Beautiful. So we're gonna let this go pretty much until we could smell the nuttiness of the flour coming through. In a couple minutes, let's stir the flour and these onions. Oh, yes, really smelling beautifully. So now I'm going to hit them with a little salt because I haven't seasoned those onions yet, or some fresh cracked pepper. Beautiful. All right, so we're right there where we're going to deglaze with that Beaujolais. Just a little shot. Now reduce really fast. And now we're going to hit it with the beef stock. That's it right there. Beautiful. So we're going to let this come up to temperature, up to a simmer. All right. So now as it starts to simmer, go ahead and skim off this white foam at the top. These are just byproducts of cooking down the flour. I'm going to put the pot a little over this way, and it'll help pool the white scum for me to skim off the top. You get the idea. I'm going to continue to skim. Alright, so let's give her a taste. It's not too bad. Not too bad. I'm going to hit it with some Worcestershire for a little saltiness, a little umami flavor. And now I'm going to hit it with some more wine. Give it a little winey and a little vinegary. Give it another taste. A little more Worcestershire. Now the flavor is very mild, but it's okay because it's just going to concentrate from here on out. But I want to give it a nice foundation of flavor for it to build on. Let this simmer for a couple minutes. All right, let's give her a taste. That's it. She's right there. A little winey, a little salty. You can taste the beef broth. Definitely taste the onions. Let's go take a look at that beef shoulder right in the brakeman. Yeah, she was beautiful. The bark is set. I'm not even gonna temper. I'm sure she was at 153 last time or so. I'm guessing she's about 160. The brown sauce is ready. So let's get her in that Dutch oven. And I'm gonna turn on my oven at 225. 225. Beautiful. Excellent. So I love thyme, so I'm gonna put a bushel of thyme, a little tied up with some butcher twine. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks beautiful. Just like that. Let that come to a simmer, which is simmering right now. I'm gonna put it on low. The oven is almost at 225. Once it is, we're gonna plop it in there. I'm gonna put the lid on the roll, so I'll do that now. Excellent. Alright, after 3 hours of braising in the oven, I checked her for fork tenderness with a toothpick and just slide in and out. Beautiful. So over here, I took the braising liquid, I defatted it, put it in a sauce pot. I added a cornstarch slurry. My neighbors are blowing the fireworks already. I took a slurry of cornstarch and beef stock, added it to it, and now she's almost ready. Let's give her a taste. Almost the right consistency. That's really beefy. You could, with a hint of smoke from the beef shoulder clot. Really nice. Hit it with a little more salt. And we're gonna let this reduce just a little longer to concentrate flavors. I'm gonna cover the shoulder back up. So the next time you see it, I'm gonna plate it, and then we're gonna taste it. Beautiful. Look at the color on that. I love that. Look at that color. Let's slice her up. If I remember right, the grain of the meat was going in this fashion. All right, here we go. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Well, you hear my dog having a tough time. I'm sorry about that. Gloria. Beautiful. Almost looks like a brisket on the point side. I'm not going to taste it now. I'm going to plate it up and then we'll taste. All right, so let me just tell you what happened at the end of the cook. I finished braising the smoked beef shoulder in my 225-degree oven, and it took approximately an hour and a half to close to 2 hours to get it to fork tender. And then as I took it out, I removed the braising liquid, put it in a saucepan. I defatted it. I went through a defatter, so I just had the sauce in my saucepan, turned on the heat to it, and I noticed it was a little loose. So I thickened it by using a cornstarch slurry, which was approximately 1 tablespoon of cornstarch to 1 tablespoon of cold water that I mixed in a shot glass, and I drizzled it on. And in about 15 minutes, as I simmered it, it cooked away the rawness of the cornstarch. And then it started thickening my sauce. Once I reached the proper consistency, meaning it was pretty much a coat of spoon like a gravy, I adjusted the seasoning with salt, Worcestershire, and just a shot of red wine vinegar just to bring up the sourness and acidity on it. And it was done. It was delicious. You saw me slice the beef shoulder and it had a beautiful smoke ring. And then as I plated it up and I put the sauce on those sliced pieces of smoked beef shoulder, it was delicious. The beefiness, the tenderness, it just literally just melts in your mouth. Excellent. Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna at the end of the video, I'm gonna have my face as I tasted it, because the look on my face is just, you could just, it was extraordinary. One of the best pieces of meat I've had in a long time. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you liked it, give me a like. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so you won't miss any of my content. I know I haven't put anything up in about 4 weeks. But I hope everybody's doing well out there. Hope everybody's safe in this crazy time right now. Well, anyway, thank you for stopping by. And we'll see you guys here next time on The Guy Show. Goodbye, everybody.